Hey, hello everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
So we are going to introduce ourselves to everyone who's watching the video, and then we're going to have a discussion on what we would like to see in additional iterations of Sanditon, be it a movie, a series, special, whatever. But first, I wanted to let everybody know that the three of us, your three admins, myself, Joni, Sarah, we are all members of the Sanditon Sisterhood. And some of you do not know about the sisterhood. So briefly, it consists of all the people who joined the campaign under the leadership of the strategy group SS2 to get the series completed. We emailed, wrote letters, tweeted, signed and shared the petition. The strategy group did amazing stunts like the sand art. If you go to their webpage, you can see the stunts that they did, and I will share that in the comment section. They also, 3 years ago, with the permission of Red Planet Productions, set up a shop with Sanditon merchandise where 100% of the proceeds are donated to charity. So I will include the link to the webpage also. They have some absolutely amazing merchandise there. I personally have I helped save
Oh,
Sanditon cup.
love it.
We
Love
have
it.
gifted one of our members with a $25 gift card to the Redbubble shop, which is where all the merchandise can be found, and I will include that link also. So first of all, for all of you people that don't know, I'm Joanne. I'm the kind of the mouthpiece of the group, I guess you would say. I do the chats. I come up with the wacky ideas, and Joni and Sarah make all of my wishes come true. And Sanditon has been a passion of mine since it first aired in January of 2020. I became obsessed with it. I found the campaign. I joined immediately. I started signing, sharing the petition. I participated in every single solitary thing that we did for the campaign to get more, to get Sanditon completed. And I'm so passionate about it that I feel that we have not had enough Sanditon and I want more. So that is why I am here with these two lovely ladies. So, Sarah, if you would like to introduce yourself, please.
Sure. As you know, I'm Sarah, and you'll see me all over Twitter, literally. um, because, like Joanne, I joined the Sanditon Sisterhood pretty much when it first aired in the United States, and I've been in the group, the Sisterhood group, over 3 years now, I guess. And I, like Joanne, I'm also passionate about the show. I'm passionate about Jane Austen. And I saw the first season, and immediately right after the first season, I was just like everybody else. I was just stunned and shocked that the cliffhanger was what it was, and then finding out that there was not going to be any more. And I immediately went online and searched, and I said, I need to talk about this with somebody. And literally, I found the Sanditon Sisterhood, and it kind of took off from there. We launched into the Save campaign, doing all the tweeting, the Zoom chat meetups about discussing the material, um, doing signing and sharing the petition. The SS2 strategy group put together different themes that we would tweet about. And then we did numerous letter writing campaigns, emails, sending gifts over to Red Planet Pictures and Masterpiece. And we sent numerous, oh, I can't even remember how many, but numerous cards, notes, just letting them know that this humongous group is out there, wanting the show, and they were listening. And so literally, we just kind of were present all the time, and they knew that. And I think that helped in our efforts to get season 2, season 3. And just the story alone from being a part of the sisterhood is just really unique. And so I wanted to, don't get me wrong, I'm happy we got season 2 and season 3, and it's a beautiful happily ever after for all the characters that we wanted happily ever afters for. But I, like Joanne, I'm passionate, and I think that the story could keep going on and on and on. There are so many different possibilities, and with all the different characters. So I'm here. I'm trying to fight for more, and hopefully, I feel like Masterpiece at least is paying attention, and I'm hoping Red Planet is also. Probably are. So just trying to be vocal about it as much as I can, as well as having all of our other members do the same. And I'm thoroughly in love with this show. So, so I want to keep it going as long as it can, and as long as we can get it to, out there for new fans to see it too. So.
Joni?
What am I supposed to say after all that?
Sorry.
Well, okay, I'm more of the artist type. I'm more of the quiet one. I'm the one that does all the memes and the thank yous and things like that. I'm more of a in your face type person instead of a talking person. So, but yeah, when I watched the first season of Sanditon, and I got to the end, and I thought, it can't end there. Yeah, and then I went online and started looking for places to get involved, and I got involved, and now we're here, and hopefully we can continue. As I said, we're happy with what we have, but we want more.
Okay. Let me just say two things that I forgot to say in the beginning. Joni is the entire design team. She does the memes, the thank yous.
You guys, do you see me?
She did the letterheads.
I think you're frozen. Oh, there we go.
Oh, she did the letterhead. She did the page headers. She has done all of that stuff. All of the thank yous, like I said, any wacky idea I come up with, I will actually message her at like 10 o'clock at night going, Joni, because an idea will pop into my head, and I will talk to her and Sarah about it. And lo and behold, there
you
it
guys
is.
keep
It
freezing up on my
happens.
end.
And Sarah
Are you
is,
there?
yes. Can you hear us?
There you go.
Can you hear us? Okay.
Yeah.
And
You guys
Sarah
keep
is
freezing up.
the
Sorry.
absolute wordsmith. She is the one that I schedule the memes on Twitter, and all of the other amazing stuff that happens on Twitter is 100% Sarah. The amazing things that she comes up with for anniversaries and birthdays, and just to keep everybody engaged, that's all 100% Sarah. So I wanted to give a shout out to both Joni and Sarah for all the amazing work that they do, because like I said, I'm just the idea person and the one with the mouth. So so Amrita,
yes,
thank you very much for joining us. And I'm going to turn it over to you, young lady, and find out what you would like to see in more Sanditon.
okay. So so I did get into it as soon as it came on in 2020, but I don't think I was aware of like a sisterhood or a movement or anything until much later. So I remember signing a petition, but I wasn't aware of anything else that was going on until after all of your efforts, which was amazing. I mean, the sand art alone was just like, wow. I mean, that just blew my mind. Anyway, so what I've been thinking about, just thinking about all the characters that I would love to see new storylines for. So I mean, provided we could get those actors, right? So that'd be, of course, Esther and Babington. Absolutely. Augusta and Leonore, obviously. I would love to see Edward Denham actually really fall in love, really have a true redemption arc
Yes.
there.
Mhm.
But also like regarding like historical things, like some of the things that I mentioned earlier that I've been reading about, things that happened at the time, like Africans or the people from the Indies, the East Indies, being kidnapped in England and being put into slavery. I mean, that kind of, there was like so many different potential crisis conflict arcs in there that, you know, things that would happen that were very common at that time, uh, uh, the 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 perils of childbirth, women or children, the dying after, you know, so there's so much, I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's so much
Yeah, no, it does.
potential for like Allison and Fraser. I would love to see them return. Lady Susan and Samuel. So there are all kinds of different things that you can draw on from historical events to, because that's what they did in the series, a lot of what they did. So that's what I would like to see. I don't know if that, but you know, like every storyline, you know, has to have some kind of a crisis in order for
Right.
right. So you come up. So there's so much to draw on. Those are just some of
Rita,
the ideas
and
that
I think if they brought in the historical aspects, it would make the show even bigger than it is.
right.
Because I think a lot of people, you know, myself, I'd be interested in that, as well as just the pattern that we know of Jane Austen.
Right.
But that would, yeah, I agree with you. I think that would be really interesting to pull that in as an overall bigger story arc. Yeah, I agree.
So
Sorry,
too.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. That's pretty much, because I just like jotted down all sorts of like a potential like Charlotte and Alexander. Maybe she's pregnant again, and we actually see her go through that, and maybe there's a crisis, or maybe she falls off a horse, or maybe she, you know, maybe she almost loses the baby, and then she does, you know, so many different kinds of stories that could come out of that, you know, and you get to see them as a couple and how they're dealing with the challenges that they encounter, maybe challenges because he's a farmer and has a dairy. We know that from just the cart that we saw.
Yeah.
So there are different things that could be pulled in that so I'm sure other people have other brilliant ideas. I just was quickly jotting
those are
things.
great, fascinating.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, good. Thank you. So that's, I don't know if that helps.
I would like to see, I think I would like to see the transformation
You guys keep freezing up on my
Old
end.
Town.
I don't know why.
Oh no. Yeah, and your image is freezing from what we're seeing.
We can hear you, Sarah, but your
we can hear
image
you
is
though.
frozen.
Yeah. Ah, there you are.
There you are. Yeah.
Sorry,
have
I keep
storms?
freezing up. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah. Do you
There's
have
storms in the Midwest right now.
Okay.
We got snow and rain going on right now. So it's probably affecting right down through the middle where all the signals are.
Could be.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Sorry.
I feel bad, Joni. We're gonna have 60s today. In New England in December, it's unheard of.
60s?
But
Wow.
in short
But
sleeves.
it's coming your way.
Wow.
It's coming your way though.
It's
I don't
71
want it,
here in
Joni.
LA.
You can keep it.
Yeah, it's 70 where I am, Amrita. I'm north of you.
Oh,
So
that's right. That's right.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh.
Well,
I love it.
We were almost to 60 yesterday and the day before, but now today we're in the 40s. So yeah, it's heading your way, Joanne.
Oh,
Good that. Hello.
I have to
So
go see my
There we are.
mother-in-law tomorrow. No.
No. So
But
Joanne,
I would
yeah, you were
love
about
to
to.
see the transformation of Old Town. I think that there's a lot of
Yes. Oh,
stuff
yes.
that could happen there.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
I didn't even
there's
think of
like
that.
so many things that could happen there, and um that a lot of interaction obviously that'll happen because Colborne, Charlotte, Mary
Right.
are,
Mm-hmm.
totally vested in that
Right. The
situation of wanting
development.
to make it better and that's reflective of a lot of stuff that
Mm-hmm.
currently we are dealing with,
Right. Right.
um it can't all be the glitz and glamour and the balls and
Mhm.
there are people that make all of that work behind the
Right.
scenes. There's
Right.
the cooks and the
Right.
maids and the
Mhm.
fishmonger and there are all of those people that make that
Right.
happen.
Yeah.
So I would like
Right.
to see something like that. You froze on us again, Sarah.
Oh no. And our audio is
I
out.
know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay,
Oh
I got
no.
her audio. There you are.
There
There
we
you are.
go.
Joni,
That's a
what would
I
really
you
don't know. I
like
good
to
wonder if
point.
see
it's the
going
slip.
forward? One storyline that you would
Me?
like to see going forward.
Me?
Joni.
Me or Joni? Oh,
Joni.
okay. Go ahead.
And
Oh,
you,
oh, I missed out on the question there.
what
But
one story? Now, Miss Ernst, were you
yes,
daydreaming in class?
no. But when you said turned it over from either you or Sarah, I didn't hear me in there, so you cut out in the middle of it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm used to that with my dude because he drives trucks, so yeah, he zones out on me all the time. So, but anyway, yeah, it's, I would really like to see Samuel and Lady Susan story, and yeah, and have Declan and Allison come back.
Mhm.
That would be, especially if they, if they brought a child or two with them
Mhm. Mhm.
for Fraser and Allison. Yeah, I think that would be really awesome to have that in the story because she was just, she was there only for the second season and she wasn't there for the third. So yeah, it'd be nice to have them come back to see how their life is going.
Mm-hmm.
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 So
Sarah?
yeah, that would be my
Well,
two favorite ones.
Yeah, I agree. I would like to see Allison and Frasier, and I would like to see all the happily ever afters we saw. I would like to see them all come back and have us see a glimpse of their married lives. That would
Mhm.
be really, really interesting to me. Kids running around Herrick Park, play dates, like Joanne said, I would love to see the old town thriving
Mhm. Mhm.
and rebuilt
Mhm.
like Tom promised. And I would love to see Samuel, Lady Susan. I would love to see Augusta come
Mhm.
into a suitor, gentleman suitor. And I would love to see Leo grown up to whoever or whatever she wants to be and flourishing. And I would also, there's so many things that we could easily continue. I would love to see Georgiana and Otis fighting for some form of a justice.
Mhm.
When they were doing the sugar boycott, she was heavily into the anti-slavery. I would love to see them fighting for justice of some form for another cause. I would also love to see, like Joanne touched on, Mary Hayborn, and I believe even, crazy as it sounds, Rolly Price. I would also love to see them kind of as investors work together and maybe either add new buildings to Sanditon and or work together to bring the old town back to a flourishing point. And I, like Amrita said, would love to see aspects of historical brought into that as well. I just think there's so many avenues to go down that this story, they've only scratched the surface.
True, true.
And I think that it could be so much bigger than it is. And I'm just hoping and praying, whatever you want to call it, that Masterpiece Red Planet realize that and bring it back in some form, whether it's more seasons, whatever it is. But there's so many avenues they could go down, and I could be on here all day listing a whole bunch, but I won't do that.
I think primarily it would be a missed opportunity for them
Yeah.
not to pursue this.
Absolutely.
PBS
Mhm.
Passport subscriptions went
Mhm.
through the roof for Sanditon.
Yeah.
Red Planet
Yes.
is a lot of
Mhm.
people have been watching now other series that Red Planet is producing because they found Red Planet through
Yeah.
Sanditon. So I think that from a marketing standpoint, I think that it would be just amazing for them to continue
Yeah.
to pursue it, because there are so many people that are so vested in it.
Mhm.
Not just
And new
us, but
fans are coming on board every day. So
yes,
I yeah, I agree with you, Joanne. I think that it's a story that it doesn't deserve to be put back on the shelf. I think it needs to
Yeah,
be out there, and it's still relevant, which is
Mhm.
surprising
absolutely.
to
Yeah.
me. That's a surprising point, is that it's still relevant to today. And
Mhm.
there are certain aspects of the story that we all relate to in some form or another.
Mhm.
And so a wasted opportunity, that should be out there. And I think it's important to get it out there. And hopefully they'll reconsider and do that and bring it back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And every time that it airs in a new, it just amazes me
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
we sit back and because the three of us see it happening.
Yeah.
And we try to keep everybody up to date as to what country is getting it and when they're getting it. And as a
Mhm.
new country gets added, we suddenly get an influx of new members from
Yep.
the country where it has now aired the third season.
Mhm.
So we're not the
Huh.
only ones who want more. It's not only the people in the US who want more Sanditon. I mean, we have members internationally. We have
Mhm.
Wow.
members from Ukraine. We have members from Israel. We're now getting members from Italy. I mean, we have members obviously through the UK and Australia, but as each country, we just got a bunch of new members from Denmark. So,
Mhm.
and now it's airing in Norway. So every time that it is in another country, we're getting an influx of new members. So hopefully Red Planet and Masterpiece are paying attention to that and realizing that it's not just us in the US or our sisters in the UK that want more. It's global.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Globally, we want more.
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm. Wow.
So that's definitely
Yeah.
something that we would like them to consider.
Yep. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Mhm.
And that's probably something we should, make them aware of a little bit more, because that's a huge
Yes.
factor.
We do
And
have,
also, the
I'm sorry, Amrita, go
that's
ahead.
okay.
No, go
Oh,
ahead.
well, okay. Well, because also I was thinking about um coming up with the reasons for, I mean, in other words, what would, yeah, I said this is a thought I need to work on. What what would what would more Sanditon have to offer
Mhm.
such a broad audience like that? And because what they did so well is where they alluded to or hinted or even had like the storyline of the Georgiana's conflict with Lockhart and
Yeah.
what was involved in that kind of thing. So they were doing it in such a way that it wasn't preachy, but it taught you something
Right.
about the period. But and they did it, and so I was just kind of, that's like in listening to the three of you, and I was thinking, yeah, what would this really have to offer an audience? Like, what are the possibilities of what people could get out of it? And maybe that's something too that we can be thinking about and sharing on Twitter to get their attention, is like, look
Yeah.
at what, it's not just about romance. It's not just about, you know,
Right.
I mean, romance is important. I mean, obviously, but it's not only that, in that it's in that it has this potential for a wider audience or scope. Does that make sense?
It does, because it would
Yeah.
offer some education to people who
Right.
probably are unaware of the history of what it was that was going on at that time. That
Absolutely.
courtroom scene broke my heart. I mean,
Yeah.
it just absolutely positively broke my heart. I did not, obviously, I don't know what it was like to be in that situation, but as a human being, I
Yep.
just could not even imagine. So it definitely has a lot of possibilities to educate a lot of people without
Yeah.
being preachy.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
it
Right.
generates a response. You know, if you're human, it generates an absolute response. So, oh,
Right.
yeah. I got
Right.
Amarita and Sarah both freezing at the same time.
Oh no. Oh
Yes. Oh,
no.
there you. Okay, you're back.
I don't know what is
I
going
got
on.
Sarah's voice.
Am I
Must be
good?
something happening in California.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going
it's
on.
yeah, it's giving me a hard time
But I'm
Oh,
you
okay. I
now.
see you too.
today.
Am I still freezing? Okay.
There you
Ah,
are.
yeah,
I don't
Okay,
know,
yeah.
so
unless there's a lot of people
okay, we're
using the
all
internet today.
unfrozen at the moment.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
good. It's all the online shoppers. They're shutting it down.
Yeah, they're messing with the internet.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah.
That's
do
true.
have and I don't want to give all of our secrets away, but we do have some things in the works at the moment. We have a couple of things that are going to happen in January, and we will announce that after the first of the year. As to the next thing that we're going to do, as far as getting attention to the powers that be. We also have something, and I will discuss it with you, Sarah, that we were discussing before
Sure.
you got on, that we're thinking about doing. We just have to figure out the wording of it. I think Joni probably is set on what it is that how we should word that as to how
Yeah.
it should come out.
Do it.
Right.
Okay.
Another way to get the attention of Red Planet and Masterpiece, and just for people who have not seen
Okay.
the announcement, we have also included Netflix and Amazon Prime
I
into
noticed that.
the hashtags and the tagging, because
Mhm.
we're not really sure how ITV is feeling about this. So it's something that ITV doesn't want
Hmm.
to pursue. I know that Netflix and Amazon have picked up other series that prove to be wildly popular, and Amazon Prime offers BritBox, so it's not like they're unfamiliar with, UK series. So if you guys could just
Yes.
include that with the hashtags and the tagging, we would greatly appreciate that. So anyway,
Sure.
yes. Like I said, I'm the
Good.
mouth, so I can just go on forever,
Right.
but I don't want to be
Oh,
the talky one.
You're fine.
So,
No, you're
Maria,
fine.
Yeah, and if this, I'm happy to volunteer, help out if, if you need any help. I had many years of experience, 30 years worth of experience Disney as a coordinator and as an executive assistant. So I've got lots of admin skills. I'm happy to help out with,
That
Great.
is
anything you
100%
need.
appreciated, and
Yes.
we will definitely add you to the admin team. I have
All
no
right.
problem with that. I'm sure that Joni and Sarah don't have a problem with that
Nope.
either.
Not at all.
So
Okay.
the more the merrier.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
No,
And
I think what you've been doing is great. So I'm definitely happy to help.
Thank you.
I just try to help on Twitter here and there wherever I can.
right,
But
right. We're trying to keep
but-
the hardest part is keeping everybody engaged, and it's a little bit slow right now with the holidays. Obviously,
Yeah.
everybody's getting
Sure.
ready for Christmas. I have Christmas presents sitting right behind me for my grandkids, so everybody's getting ready for, there's Christmas parties and holiday shopping, and there's
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So the things that we're
Mhm.
doing at the moment are just to get us through to the new year. Because we
Sure.
want to keep people engaged. I have asked
Yeah.
people
Mhm.
online, and I get very positive feedback that we're doing a really good job of keeping everybody engaged with the memes, with the questions, the poll questions, the tweets, all the different things that we're doing. We are tagging the talent in every single tweet that we can, and
Mm.
in the posts on Instagram. So that's another thing. If you're resharing a tweet from us, if you could just tag the talent so that they know that you're engaging with that, that would be another thing also,
Mhm.
just so they can see how many people are actually still and wanting more. So the
Mhm.
cast and the crew and everybody will be aware of that.
Yeah, and I'll keep putting out update tweets with numbers and whatnot, because I think that when they see the numbers, that obviously helps, get us out there, and they're aware of us and they're paying attention. So I think that helps.
I think I'm absolutely amazed at how fast
Yeah.
Twitter and Instagram grew.
Yes.
It was like from 6 weeks ago to what it is now is just astonishing.
Yeah.
I didn't think that we
Really?
were ever going to get as high as, because not a lot of
Yeah.
people are still engaged in, engaging with Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, because of all the nonsense that's going on there. But it seems to be the place to be. I also know that if anything ever happens on Twitter, there is another thing that we can use. I signed up for it with the Sisterhood, with the SS2 account. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what the name of it is, but Discourse or something like that. I can't.
Yeah.
Discord or something. Yeah.
Discord, I think.
I think it's Discord.
So
Yeah.
if anything ever happens on Twitter and Twitter gets to the point where it's just unbearable, we can shift over to that. So I'll do a little bit of research on that, and maybe set an account up on that, just so if we need to move in a hurry, we can move in a hurry.
Yeah.
Because you never know from day to day what's going to happen on Twitter. I've heard so
Right.
many crazy things that
Mhm.
it's like, I don't know if it's still going to be here or not, or if like it's going to get totally shut down.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It is. It is.
Ooh.
So
Well, do you think the the campaign, the first campaign to get season 2,
Mhm.
it seems to me that the challenge is, like, maybe it was, and it was thanks to all your efforts, I mean, that we even have it, but but I keep thinking, well, the reason why they did it was because season 1 ended completely the opposite of any
Yeah.
Jane Austen book ever
Yeah.
written, right? So
Right.
you could this is a little hard. This is a heavier lift to try to
Mhm.
get the attention because, well, we got the happy endings and
Right.
that's the end of the story. So
Yeah.
for us, the challenge is how to get it across to people that no, this is still really valuable, even though, you know, the getting more
Mhm.
Sanditon really is, we can really build a case for it, I guess is what I'm trying to say, is
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's what has to happen. Whereas the case was
Yeah.
kind of built in a way for you
Yeah.
because you could say, hey, Jane Austen had never wrote an ending like that. So
Right. Yeah.
how can you let that stand? You know, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Now we have to kind of lift it in a different way. So
Yeah,
Right,
true.
right. And that's, yeah, and that's why it's so important to keep everybody engaged,
right,
Yeah.
and to keep coming up with new ideas,
right.
and
Mhm.
to keep letting the powers that be at Red Planet, at Masterpiece, know that we're here, we're loud,
Mm,
we're not going away.
right.
We
Yeah.
have a lot of ideas. They don't have to use all of our ideas. They can
No,
use
Nope.
some of our ideas, but to
sure.
just let them know that no, we're not going to quietly, slink away and go, well, it's, we tried our best.
Mhm.
Until there's a definitive, you guys are barking up the wrong tree, we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
And we're going to
Good.
keep coming up with ideas, and we're going to keep
Mm.
trying. Um,
Yep.
in relation to the first, in the original campaign, Amrita, the strategy team had a tremendous amount of support from cast and crew
Yeah.
also,
Ah,
because cast and crew wanted it completed. So
right.
there were, and if you go to the SS2 account, she actually posted, and I got such a kick out of it because I didn't I had seen some of them at the time, but it's been a few years, and
Mm.
I had to go back and rewatch them. But she
Mhm.
reposted because they made video tweets, cast and crew members made video tweets for the Sanditon strategy team to share with the entire sisterhood.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
she went back and she put, so if you go and you scroll through, you'll be able to see Kevin Eldon dressed
Oh.
up as a Christmas tree. It's in one of them. Ali Blackburn is
Wow.
in them. Yeah, Justin Young,
Yep.
the original Allison. There are so many of them that,
Oh.
and they were 100% on board of wanting to get
Yep.
the series done. So
Oh.
that's
Mhm.
why we are trying to keep all of them engaged. We're trying to keep cast,
Mm.
crew, um, the powers that be at Red Planet, the powers that be at Masterpiece. We're trying to keep all of them engaged because
Mm.
we don't have that right now.
Right.
Right.
We are getting a lot of support privately
Mhm.
from members of the cast.
Mhm.
We have had
Oh, that's
we've had members of
encouraging.
the cast tell us that, don't stop, keep going.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's what we're going to do. We're going to just keep
Yeah.
going.
Wow.
We're going to be
Yeah.
persistent, and we're going to try everything that we can try. So I think without their
Oh,
encouragement, and Sarah and Joni can attest to this, without their
Mhm.
encouragement, we would be a little bit downhearted at this point. But we
Yeah.
are
okay.
getting, we're getting like thumbs up from them.
Oh,
Well, and
To keep
good.
everybody in
going.
the cast,
Yep, never say
everybody in the
never.
cast have said never say never, and or they
Mm.
would come back. So
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
that's a huge boost to keep going.
True. True.
And so yeah, it would be crazy for Masterpiece and Red Planet to ignore that, because they would
Right.
come back.
Right. And I didn't,
So
yeah, and I didn't know that you were getting the positive feedback from
yeah,
you privately. I didn't know that. That's great. That's
yeah,
great news.
yeah, we're
That
not
right. Then
sharing
I
it.
okay.
Well, Amrita, I would love to thank you for joining us today, and
Thank
my
you.
fellow admins. Um, we are going to share this on the YouTube page,
Cool.
um, the Facebook, and the Twitter and the Instagram. And we would encourage, we will be doing this again after the holidays, and we would encourage anyone who wants to participate in the next Zoom meeting to discuss more Sanditon, storylines for more Sanditon, ideas, to please reach out to an admin and let us know, and we will add you to the chat. And as soon as we schedule another one, we will let you know. So this is the More Sanditon team signing off. Thank you. Thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.